The race for governor in Wisconsin gets more interesting today.
As a congressman and widely speculated candidate takes his hat out of the ring, News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp tells us why he's not running and what it means for this race, Jess.
Well, the short list of candidates for the Democratic nomination just got shorter as a candidate hones his focus on plans to run again for a competitive congressional seat rather than the state house.
I'm speaking in favor of the single-payer system.
How are we going to pay for this?
He's been traveling the state, hearing out residents on health care. Now, instead of running to be their governor, Congressman Ron Kind is letting that issue be his focus.
I think they realize that we're going to need strong leadership in order to get Wisconsin working again. And because of that, I gave it serious consideration. But, you know, I've got a very important job to stay focused on right now, which is doing health care reform the right way, not the wrong way.
Speaking from Washington, Kind says he'll continue to work on the Ways and Means Committee in Congress on health care and ultimately run for his congressional seat again.
Health care and health care financing is very much within the jurisdiction of the committee that he sits on. And so in that case, he will be influential in the health care debate.
That shifts the landscape in the governor's race. Lieutenant Governor Barbara Lawton has already declared her candidacy. But Kind's exit leaves an opening for Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett, who is also weighing a bid.
A lot will hang on what Mayor Barrett decides to do, because he would be a strong contender who has lots of campaign funds already in the bank. And a Barrett-Lawton race would be a very competitive race.
Kind won't say whether he'll encourage Barrett to run for 2010.
Well, I think he'd be a strong candidate if he does decide to run for governor. But again, that's going to be a decision for him and his family and his friends to sit down and make.
Tonight, Lieutenant Governor Lawton said in a statement, Congressman Ron Kind is a tremendous voice for Western Wisconsin families. As a member of Congress, I respect that service as well as the decision he announced today. Now, political scientist Charles Franklin says having a Democratic primary would be good for the party because otherwise the focus is entirely on the Republicans during that time. Wisconsin Democratic Party Chair Mike Tate told me late today that he'd be surprised if another Democrat didn't enter the race in the next 4 weeks or so. Meanwhile, Mayor Barrett said late in August, actually on the 27th, that he wouldn't make a decision for at least a month, which is, of course, approaching.
And of course, he ran in the primaries and lost to Governor Doyle back, 8 years ago. So a name not unfamiliar to voters across the state.
That's right.
Jessica Arp reporting. Jess, thanks.